Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rummy Bears. This last week I've been building up, getting my requirements for Dragon Slayer 2. I had to do A Tale of Two Cats, the quest. I had to get my thieving to 60. I had to get my my smithing to 70, and I also had to get my mining up a little bit to 70, which I think I surpassed a little bit. But now that I have the requirements, it is time to actually do the quest. I believe I have all the gear I need, and I'm about as good as I think I'm going to get for this, so let's do it. As far as requirements for the, or how I'm going to do the stream, I'm going to go as far as I can, start to finish. It is getting a little late here, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to finish the quest tonight, since it is supposed to be a longer quest. And yeah, we'll just see if we can beat it tonight. I do have the quest guide up, but I'm not going to try. I'm going to try to avoid looking at the quest guide as much as I can. If I, particularly get stuck or just need a quick reference for something, I'll look at it, but since I've never done this quest before, I do want to try to experience it for the first time without just looking at a guide. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Let's get started. Start the quest by talking to Alec Kincaid at the Myths Guild west of Corsair Cove. Have all the requirements. I did look at the item list that I needed before starting, and I think I have all the items I'm going to need, so let's grab some something to teleport here out with. Here we are at the Myths Guild, starting the quest. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Myths Guild. How can I gain access to the guild? Only the most worthy are allowed access to the Myths Guild. If you want entry, you'll need to prove yourself worthy. And how can I do that? As time passes, that which was once fact becomes myth. Some tales are just that, tales. However, some tales are something more. Here at the Myths Guild, we live to tell the difference between the two. If you wish to join us, you must do the same. So, what myth would you like me to investigate? For as long as history remembers, dragons have roamed these lands, but despite how long they've been here, much of their history remains hidden. There are tales, of course, but tales are not enough for us. We want you to discover the truth. Where did the dragons come from? Where are they here? Why are they here? Who do they serve? Answer these questions for us. Help us fill our library of knowledge. In return, we will grant you access to the guild, and you will reap the rewards within. So do you feel up for the challenge? Yeah, I think. Where do I begin? Head to Karamja Wines, Spirits, and Beers at Moosa Point. There you'll find Dallas Jones. We've heard that he is investigating the destruction of Crandor. This seems like a good place to begin. Good luck. Alright. Luckily, I brought my glory, so I can go straight over to Karamja. There he is, Dallas Jones. Sounds like a porn star name. Dallas Jones. Hi! Hello! Hello, are you Dallas Jones? I am. Pleased to meet you. I'm assuming you're here because of my advert. Yes. Excellent, let me run you through the details. We're to head to Elvarg's lair beneath Crandor. There we'll begin a research project on Elvarg and her attack on the islands. I trust you know the tale of Elvarg. Well, I was the one who killed her in the first place. You're the hero, Crandor? Amazing! I take it you know her story very well, then. Remind me. 30 years ago, an adventurer descended into the caves beneath Crandor. There he discovered the dragon Elvarg. Elvarg made short work of the adventurer. Once she was finished with him, she emerged from the caves and laid waste to the island. For the next 30 years, Elvarg remained on the island until she was finally defeated by you. Now that Elvarg is dead, we have the opportunity to perform research on the island and investigate her attack. Meet me in Elvarg's lair beneath Crandor when you are ready to begin. Sounds good. See you there. Alright. Well, I mean, I don't know if I need anything, but I guess the Tsar area, or Tsar area, however you pronounce that, is pretty close nearby if I need to go get anything. Tsar Ketza. And I think to get to Elvarg's lair, I know there's a shortcut around here somewhere. You just run up here, and then there's this dummy wall. And it has been a while since we've been here. This poor guy got blasted. Yeah, speaking of which, I actually got my t-shirt of this guy. I should go throw that on right now. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Guy blasted against the wall. Poor soul. Alright. Continuing where we left off. That looks like a wall we can dig through. Probably gonna have to go back and get the pick. Hello again. Hello, Dallas. So what exactly are we researching here? Elvarg's attack on Crandor is a bit of an anomaly. We're here to work out why. What made it an anomaly? Elvarg is very unusual as she is one of the few dragons to live alone. Most of her kind live in large groups. Not only in that, she also displayed far greater aggression than most other dragons by directly attacking Crandor. Aren't all dragons aggressive, though? Not like Elvarg was. Most dragons will only attack those who enter their territory. Elvarg strayed well outside of hers when she attacked the island. I see. Where should we start? This is where Elvarg made her home. There must be something here to point us in the right direction, though. Have a look around and see what you can find. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a dead guy, and a dead guy, and a dead guy, and a bunch of dead animals of some sort. And a dead guy. Investigate blockage. Might be something behind the blockage. You can mine through it, so yeah, we need to go get a pickaxe. And I wonder if I should have grabbed a light source. Ooh. Interesting. Goodness me, what is this place? It looks like some sort of laboratory. Are the tales true? Could this mean... Mean what? There are ancient tales that tell the origin of the dragons. They say they were created by a powerful race of creatures known as Dragonkin. Dragonkin? I've heard of them. Yes, you likely will have. We know for a fact that the Dragonkin existed. They terrorized the world for many years during the early Fourth Age. However, although there are many stories, their connection to dragons has never been proven. Well, maybe we will be the ones to prove that. We might just be. We should look around and see what we can uncover. Ooh, this is cool. Strange egg. Doesn't look very edible. So this thing looks like it's sparking. A lot of ancient machinery around. Chest. Some kind of dragon recipe mural thing. Alright, so we got some old notes. Let's investigate this. Oh shit. Alright, here's our first boss. It's a pretty hard boss, you know. I don't know if it can hit through prayer. It's level 100. It's much higher level than me. You know, I'm level 97, so really getting really eating it here. I hope that was a whopping 2 damage. Holy shit. I'm messing on my prayer flex. This is so risky. Alright. Baddie number 1 done. The mural has images of dragons and fungi, along with the word Lithkren. Lithkren. Alright, let's read through these old notes. Hundreds of trials have been performed, so many that I have lost count. All previous trials ended in the same way, with the subject expiring. This trial was different, though. The subject did not reject the spores as previous ones did. Alas, the results were unsatisfactory. The subject displayed heightened aggression as desired. However, its strength is unchanged and its mental capacity is limited. It is encouraging to see we are on the right lines, but there is still a long way to go. Our work has outgrown this small facility. It is time to move on. Okay, so I don't see any other investigate options. Let's talk to Dallas again. I found an old mural. It has lots of dragons and fungi along with it, with some strange writing. What did it say? I don't know. It looked like a different language. It had odd words on it like Lithkren. Lithkren? That name sounds familiar. Where have I seen it before? Of course, Fossil Island. I was there recently as part of the research team investigating the differences between wyverns and dragons. There's an old settlement on the island, similar architecture to this place. It contains lots of books, many written in a strange language. One of the books mentioned a place called Lithkren. Fossil Island is also coated in various types of fungi. It must be connected. In that case, we should probably go to Fossil Island. I agree. Head to the old settlement on the north side of the island. I'll meet you there once I've finished up here. Okay. I will see you there then, Jap. And we're supposed to meet Dallas on the northern settlement. So that's supposed to be House on the Hill? Or just here? Please help me, Lena. Okay, I'll do it. Quick little side event. 500 coins, that really wasn't worth it. So the quest guide says I need to go meet Dallas in the house on the hill on Fossil Island, where we will continue our investigation. So I've never actually been to the house on the hill. Like, I have no idea how to get there. Looks like I have to cross this bridge and then go up. I've actually only been on Fossil Island twice. Once to kill some ammonite crabs, seeing how they were, like how AFK-able they were, and then one to kill ancient zygomites for a slayer task. This looks beautiful though. Like, man, I love this tree design. Hook briars. Wouldn't want to fall into that. Preservation. I like the soundtrack too. I think the preservation might be the next song track I do, like to make a video for the RuneScape OST project I'm doing. There's Dallas. How do I get in? I have to go up the stairs and then down in somehow? Strange grid. This is so cool. Magic mush tree? Mush tree. It's a magic mush tree. Here we go. Climb down trapdoor. Hello, Dallas. Hello there. So while I was waiting for you, I had to look through these books again. One of them mentions an island called Lithkren not far from here. There's lots of islands around here though, and it doesn't say which one it is. I'll ask about the island. So how do we know which island to go to? Have a look at this grid here on the floor. I think it might actually be a map. If you look at that tile in the middle, it looks like part of an island. So this map could lead us to Lithkren. Most of the pieces are missing though. That they are. However, I had a look around and I managed to find some of the pieces. By my calculations, there's 24 pieces left to find. I suspect that they'll either be in this building or very close by. Great, I'll have a look around and see if I can find them. Good luck. Once you have all the pieces, bring them here and we'll see about putting this map together. Okay, so 24 pieces. This is where I'm going to try not to just look at the guide to see where they are and try to actually use my detective skills to find them. Alright, anyways, 24 pieces. There's 5. Can I just give these to him? $19 pieces left. Search mush tree. Come on, is this last 5? Yes! That is the last 5. And talk about the investigation. Have you managed to find those map pieces yet? Yes, I have some here. Great, I'll look after them for you. Now then, shall we see about finishing this map? Let's do it. Okay, cool. Another puzzle. Looks like it's all just rotate. This one's fixed. Are there no other clues? Like a book on how this thing's supposed to gather? Search an ancient pile of books. Ooh. Ooh, what did we find? Ancient diary. He came, I always knew he would. The years have not softened him. He is still filled with the same anger as the day I left him. I was half tempted to turn him away before he even set foot on the island. However, I decided to hear him out. I knew I wouldn't like it, but I hoped a little piece of him may remain. I was wrong, of course. He didn't come here for me. He didn't even know I was still alive. He was here for only one reason: war. He desired access to the island so that he may conduct his own experiments on the flora here. I turned him away. I have no more desire to now involve myself in this war than I did all those years ago, and I do not intend to see him turn my island to ash. He argued, of course, just as he did before. He insisted that only through him would our race survive. He is so blinded by hate that he's forgotten what we should really be fighting for. He relented in the end, and once again I am alone. Although the largest, this is not the only island in this region. and many of the surrounding islands have flora like what is found here. One day I looked out onto another of the islands, only to be filled with horror. He had not given up. He could not have my island, so he had claimed his own. I watched as the forces arrived and began their work. Over the weeks, a great fortress began to appear in the middle of the island. It grew and grew until it towered over everything else in the archipelago. Once the fortress was built, they began to bring in creatures from across the world. They brought them to the island and took them into the fortress. Day and night, I hear the shrieks and cries as he performs his experiments. I can't allow this to continue. His work will soon bring war. I went to him. I didn't want to, of course, but I cannot allow him to destroy everything I worked for. He met me at the gates of his fort. Lithkren, he called it. He once again tried to appeal to me, and I appealed to him. He encouraged me to work alongside him for the good of our people. I begged him to leave before his war destroyed our last hope of salvation. Neither of us got what he wanted, and I was left empty-handed. How many pages is this? Just a couple more. For many months I debated what to do. I, of course, could have attempted to fight him myself. I knew that would not end well. I was hopelessly outnumbered, and besides, war is not my way. Instead, I decided to sabotage his operation. If the island has nothing for him, then he will move on. But before I could finish my preparations, disaster struck. They came. The battle raged on for many days, and both sides suffered heavy losses. I watched as the skies filled with fire and the seas with blood. By the end, there was little left. The fortress was a ruin, and the island an empty waste. I feared the humans would turn to my island next, but thankfully they left. I thought about going there. I thought about trying to find him. I didn't, though. I knew he was gone. Once I would have mourned him, but as I look over the wastes, I feel nothing. Instead, I return to my work. Someone must save our race, and war is not the way. And that's all that's in the ancient diary. Any of these other books or crates open. I'm really at a loss for what to do. Alright, I definitely need a hint on this, so just going to look up a little bit how you're supposed to solve this. I don't want the solution, I just want to know how to solve it. Oh. Okay. I guess I didn't even think about trying that. You can drag the pieces. So I kind of saw the solution, but I mean, that won't really help me that much. I didn't know you could drag the pieces. So that actually makes a lot more sense. It didn't say that, though. I mean, it makes sense that you can do it, it didn't say that, so yeah. So that's a check. So let's get all of these pieces kind of in the same area. Okay, so this actually starts to look more like, you know, that piece is that piece, kind of like a glove biting a little blob right there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That doesn't quite line up. That looks better. That goes there. That goes there. This piece is still not good. Yay! First puzzle done! How long did that take? Only like 30 minutes. That, I think, deserves a beer. I will be right back. Alright, got myself a beer. Sweet. Making good progress. I do believe you've got it. I do believe she's got it. Yes, we should be able to find Lithkren now. But which island is it? There's a strange symbol on the map in two places. One marks this building, the other marks an island. I bet that's Lithkren. I think you might be right. So now now that we know where the island is, we need a way to we need to find a way there. Do you think the museum can help us? The museum? No, that won't work. Any requisition of museum resources requires a mountain of paperwork, and we simply don't have time. Don't we? Of course not. Besides, I've spent years working toward this, and I'm tired of waiting. It's time to discover the truth. The truth. You can't handle the truth. Alright. So what do we do instead? We'll need a boat. Find a dwarf called Jardrick. He should be somewhere on the island. He's an old friend who still owes me a favor. He should be able to get a boat for us. While you're doing that, I'm going to take a copy of this map. Alright, sweet. That's pretty cool. And it actually shows up here. Alright, so I need to find a boat and a dwarf named Jardrick. That's like Chadrick. I forget what show that's from. Like, you want your kid to be the douchiest person alive? Call him Chadrick or Jardrick. What's that transportation up there? He's either here or here or here. Let's go check out there. There's a boat here. Where's this go? There's Jardrick. That I am, former boatman and now a researcher for Keldgrim. What can I do for you? I guess I'm going with the Scottish accent for the dwarf. I'm working with Dallas Jones on a research project. We're investigating the destruction of Crandor. We need a boat to get to one of the nearby islands. Dallas said you could help us. Did he now? Looking to cash in on that favor, I bet. I'm afraid I can't help you. All the boats around here are owned by the museum, and they won't let me let me give you one. Sure, call it that. Of course, Dallas works with the museum, and he could easily put in a request for one. He's not a fan of waiting around, though. Yeah, I switched up my accent. My bad. He said as much, so what can we do? Well, I suppose you could always build your own. If the island isn't far, you'll only need a small rowboat. Mind you, you'll want to be quite good at building things unless you fancy a trip to the bottom of the ocean. I'm not actually too bad when it comes to construction. What will I need? Let's see, I'd say 8 oak planks, 10 swamp paste, and 12 nails of any kind should do it. Obviously, you'll need a hammer and a saw as well. You'll probably be wanting someone to look after the boat as well. I guess I can do that, but this means that Dallas and I are even. There should be a good spot to build the boat on the west side of the island near the mushroom forest. Great. Thank you for the help, Jardrick. Ooh, baby Vorkath. I'll kill the baby Vorkath, and that counts as my DS2. Alright, so we need 8 oak planks, a saw, 12 nails of any kind. We'll get mithril so that they'll probably not bend. We need 12 swamp paste and a hammer. I think that's it. And then we need to go to the west side of the island. I don't know if that was faster at all, but you know, it probably wasn't, but whatever. Build a rowboat space. There's Dallas Jones, there's Jardrick. Sweet. Let's see if Dallas Jones is ready. That's the boat all finished. And not a bad boat either. Good job. This is it. This is our chance to finally find some answers. To finally find out the truth behind Elvarg. Are you ready to go? I'm ready, I think. Look at this place. I'm going to explore and see what I can find. Is this going to be our first boss fight here? In which case, I'm definitely not ready for a boss fight. Someone's in a hurry. I suppose I should look around as well. And I guess I'll stay here and look after the boat. Good luck. Alright, I got my instant telly. First slot. If I need to break it, I'll break it. And I gotta save my graceful outfit. Scroom. A sinister looking agaric. Alright, we got some stairs. Probably go up those. Yeah, let's go up these stairs. Climb down staircase. This is creepy. Climb down another staircase. Oh goodness. Inspect grandiose doors. There doesn't seem to be any obvious way to open the doors. However, there's a large recess in the middle that looks like it's designed to fit something. Well, those are some big doors. Look at them. Look at the markings on them. Dragons? Exactly, this is it. This has to be the place. Shall we go in? We can't. I already tried, but the doors are sealed. There's a circular indentation in the middle. Maybe it's a keyhole. Well, a keyhole isn't much good if there isn't a key. We should look around and see if there's any clues nearby. Yes, we should. A lot of charred bones in here. I don't like charred bones because, you know, I'm always worried that my bones will end up as charred. That symbol on the ground looks like the symbol on the map in the tower. Strange stone. Looks like it's been hit with swords. Alright. ladder there, and a ladder there. I don't think I can get to either of them. Investigate the dungeon to see if I can work out how the doors will open. Alright, well, it looks like I am stuck. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's designed to fit something, but what? Probably that thing, whatever that design is in the floor. Any luck? Not yet. Okay, well. This is where it's like, okay, do I need to go talk to someone that I don't know who I would talk to? Is there supposed to be a clue around here somewhere? It says to investigate the dungeon. See if I can figure out how they work. Search skeleton. Old book. 12th of Moiving. One of the scouts came back today with a disturbing report. He claimed that he had seen an enemy abducting various beasts from the caves north of Carville. Demons, giants, and specters were just some of the ones he mentioned. Of course, the kin are not strangers when it comes to experimenting on creatures, but the scale here is much larger than anything they've done in the past. Robert seems concerned but not yet surprised. As the tide of this war turned, he always said that they would try new methods to regain the advantage. Emergency Council was called and has agreed that this would be considered a priority threat. Robert has redirected many of our scouts to investigate further and try to work out where the kin are taking the beasts. 19th of the Benin. It's been over a month since the first objections were slighted, and in the time since we've heard very little. However, that changed today as new reports came in. Interestingly, these reports came not from our own scouts, but from a group of sailors. The kin have been terrorizing most of the major shipping routes as of late, and the sailors have been having to brave most treacherous waters. While navigating the rarely traveled northern seas, they spotted an unmapped group of islands to the east. They claimed that one of the islands was a home of a large fortress, one built in the distinct architecture of the kin. But what was most interesting was that they saw on the shores of the island demons. A small scout force has been sent out to verify the reports. In the meantime, we prepare for battle. Whoa, what's happening to my green screen? Why is my green screen getting noisier? It wasn't this bad earlier, but if I mess with my green screen now, then it might get worse, and then if it gets worse, I don't know that I'll be able to make it better. So I don't want to mess with it right now, even though it's a little fuzzy. I might just have to deal with that. Unfortunately. I mean, it's not too bad, but there is some fuzz like here and a little bit of fuzz over here, but it bothers me. But like I said, if I try to fix it now, it might get worse, and I'd rather leave it kind of where it is. But anyways, I digress. 32nd of Benath. The scout force has returned, and there is now no doubt this island is what we've been looking for. Robert has issued a call to arms, and a force is being prepared for an assault on the island. Much remained uncertain, however, although our scouts have verified that this island is where the abducted beasts are being taken. Excuse me. We still have no idea what the kin are doing with them. Looking at the previous experiments of the kin, it's possible that we will face some new enemies on the island. 4th of Raktuber. We expect to arrive on the island tomorrow morning, and I can feel the fear in the air. Our people are more than familiar with the kin at this point, but to look in the eyes of our enemy is still as terrifying as ever. Not for me, though. We fight beside Robert the Strong, who we now know as Bob, one of the finest heroes humanity has ever seen. With him on our side, I know we'll be victorious, so we make our final preparations, for with tomorrow comes war. Found an old diary mentioning Robert the Strong. Robert the Strong? He spent most of his life fighting the Dragonkin. Does this mean it's true? Did they really create the dragons? I guess we'll never know now, though. Robert the Strong is gone. We've reached a dead end. Not necessarily. Robert the Strong might not be as dead as you think, since we did the last quest. What do you mean? Damn, that's loud. Robert the Strong is still alive. He's been reincarnated as Bob the Cat. Just think once before you speak, please. I'm serious. Why would I lie about this? Well, I'm definitely not convinced, but let's say you're telling the truth. How can a cat help us? I have an amulet that lets me talk to cats. I can use it to ask Bob what he knows. This is all very confusing. You go find this cat of yours. I need to sit down and clear my head of all this weirdness. Very well. I shall return once I've learnt more. Okay, so I think Bob will be... Bob should be with Unferth in Berthorpe. And if he's not, then we have the Camulet Locator, or we could go talk to the Sphinx. So we have a couple ways we can go from here. And now that I'm here, where the hell's Bob? Alright, clearly Bob's not there, so let's go get our Amulet of Cat Speak and find out where the heck he went. And then, yeah, we should probably get some money too, because we're gonna need to go to Sophenheim. Did I go too far? Nope, we need to go this way. Sweet, there he is. With Neat. Neaty? Nighty? Meow. Hey, Bob. Hello, LeonidasThor. How? That'll be a good voice for the cat. Hello. Meow. Hello, LeonidasThor. How's things? Yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing that. Not bad. I was wondering if you could help me with something. I guess that depends what it is. So you know you're actually Robert the Strong? So you and the Sphinx tell me. Long story, I'll keep it brief. I found an old dungeon with a large set of doors on it. There was a skeleton nearby with a diary that mentioned Robert the Strong. I was hoping you could use your memories of Robert the Strong to help me open the doors. But I don't have any memories of Robert the Strong, as only the Sphinx, when the Sphinx hypnotized me, that we really learned who I was, and I don't even remember that. And that's a problem. Maybe the Sphinx can help you. Well, it worked last time. Would you mind meeting me in Sophenheim? Well, I suppose I don't have anything better to do, not unless Unferth has forgotten where he lives again. Oh, fudge. Give me a moment, LeonidasThor. Bob and Needy have a quiet conversation with each other. Well, that all sounds great to me, LeonidasThor. I'll meet you in Sophenheim. And Needy gets all pissed. Monkey! I was just doing a wheelie on the carpet. Alright, there's Bob, there's the Sphinx. Ask the Sphinx for help with Bob's memories. The amulet is yours, is useful, but it has limitations. I can use my power to grant you the ability to talk to cats even when you're not wearing it. Sweet, yes please. Very few humans are ever given this power, but you've proved yourself to be a friend to this feline kind. I'm very honored. Excellent. Prepare yourself. Cool. No more need for the Amulet of Cat Speak, which I could probably just throw it out now. We were hoping you could hypnotize Bob again so we could learn more about his past. I found an old dungeon and I believe that it was once visited by Robert the Strong. I want to know what he did while he was there. I'm afraid I can be of little help there. All I can do is hypnotize Bob. I can't enter his mind and choose which memory to view. I once entered the mind of a guy called Sirius to confront his issues. The Oniomancer on Lunar Isle helped me do it. Maybe she can help us now. Alright, I'll join you there on Lunar Isle. That's going to be a long walk on these paws. Yes. Yes, it will be. Alright. Is there a bank in Sophenheim? No. So the easiest way to get there is probably to go to Edgeville, get our Amulet of Passage, and then we can use fairy rings to the Relica or the Fruminix Slayer dungeon and then run over. It's going to be the fastest way to do it.